So this is our main website. As Patrick mentioned, we are an open community, so there's a lot on here. Certainly, we use Teams for our collaboration, so it can be a bit of a mix, where you use Teams, where you use the website. A lot of people are using both, which is obviously what we're looking for. But I do want to take a tour of the website. This is good for everybody because there's some new stuff specifically from the symposium that I want to show. I'm just going to go through, obviously, here at the front page. You have two sections, two columns, Join the Journey, which is really focused on newcomers. This is the path to getting started in Odyssey. Please read this if you're new. There's a lot of good advice, ways to learn about the community. And then on the right side is all the information about the symposium. This is updated. So it's not the, how to register for the symposium. This is videos, presentations, community, collaborator showcase information, all of that. But I'm going to go through the tabs because everything that you're going to look for is in the top tab. So we're going to start at the top here with the who we are. There's several tabs underneath. Patrick mentioned mission, vision, and values. Everything you want to know about kind of the core of Odyssey is here in these top tabs. I want to touch on collaborators. This is a bit of an outdated page that we'd like to build up. You see, the map didn't even work. We're going to move that. But we have a number of collaborators who are listed below. Certainly not the 2,500 that we mentioned through Teams, but this is an area that everybody is able to post. It's not necessary, but it's a great way to show the breadth of our community. A few people sent me a couple that we're going to update. In the next couple of weeks, I'm going to show you exactly how you can get updated on this collaborator page. We'd love to have as many new people as possible onto that section. Over here, Odyssey news and updates. Anytime there's a major paper or a presentation from a community call that we want to really highlight, or obviously information about the symposium, this news and updates page will be updated. We share a lot of this on our social feeds. You can go through it. Basically, all of the stories that we've put out on major papers, presentations, they're all in here. COVID studies, everything like that. So on the community news and updates, this is where you can find all, some of the big events that have been happening in our community. COVID-19 research, papers, preprints, the links to the community, to the calls from the study-a-thon. Basically, everything that we're doing COVID-19 related will end up on this page as well. So these are constantly updated throughout, just over time as new things come up. We have our data standards page, which has a lot of information about data standardization, the OMOP common data model. I added the specific page from the Our Journey book that highlights the common data model graphic and information on that. This is as updated as really within the last few weeks as we put together the Our Journey book. So a lot of information just on OMOP, the common data model. Data standardization is right here under standards. Software tools, everything is open source in the Odyssey community. These are developed by the community for the community. We don't have everything that's part of the Hades package here, but we have some of the more important, or not more important, some of the key ones that are most used. Atlas, Hades, data quality dashboard. You can kind of go through everything here. There's demos, documentation, source code installation information. Check this page every now and then, as we will, not only to learn about what we have here, but we could be adding new ones as we go. But a lot of the key software tools in our community can be found here. Moving over to Odyssey Studies, there's a lot obviously going on in our community. A number of ongoing Odyssey studies, and this is something created by Martijn Schumi that really gives you a chance to learn about everything that's happening within the community. So here we have, the title of the study, the type of study, use cases, some tags, status, started, results available, who the leads are. everything you need to know to find out. And then if you click on it and move down, you get a lot of more information. The GitHub repo, the dates, protocol, a PDF of the protocol. So a lot, if you want to know what's going on in the community, you want to collaborate with something, you have a study that you want to get on, this is the page to go to. Martijn can, I think, help out in terms of adding studies to this page, Martijn or Patrick, but this is a great page to just show everything that's going on in our community. We had a great community call in April that had people with some of the ongoing studies talk about what's happening, calling for collaborations. Hopefully we'll do that again soon. And then we have a Odyssey authorship guidelines. I know it can be challenging with the number of, we'll have papers with 50, 60 authors and can be challenging to know how to handle that. So kind of some Odyssey community guidelines can be found here. All right, moving over to the Book of Odyssey, we talk about this a lot. This is a community developed, basically everything you need to know about Odyssey is available here. It's in 3 versions, English, Korean, and Chinese. I'm going to start with the English version, which is the top tab here. Okay, and this is basically an online version of the Book of Odyssey. It has a number of different chapters, which you can find here on the left. If you click on a chapter, let's go to the common data model. Now you'll open up different sections, okay? Within the chapter, you'll read everything you need to know. All the text is here, the graphics, links. Basically, at the end, there's usually chapter exercises, questions, things like that. So, and this is very detailed. You can see the different, the number, there's 20 chapters overall. Each chapter has a number of sections. So this is really one of the great learning tools in our community. And like I said, it is on the front page of the Odyssey website. And then I said there's a Korean version, a Chinese version, and then you can also order a hard copy of the Book of Odyssey on the website. You can order a hard copy through Amazon. Okay, some resources. You can scroll through this, Atlas tutorials, the GitHub link. I do want to highlight community forums. Okay, as I said before, again, we're an open community, open science community. One of the best ways to highlight or to engage in discussion, ask questions, is through our forums. We talked about this on the community call about a month ago, but not only are these great places to ask questions and get answers, but they also are searchable through Google or just by going through on the forum page. A lot of questions that you've asked, somebody else has asked, and in some cases, somebody else has answered. So if you have a question, this is really one of the first places to go. In teams, especially in the different work group teams, a lot of people are using the chat, and that's also obviously a great place. But for more open questions and for something that everybody can see, you have to be in your certain team to be able to find that chat. So for something for everybody, we really recommend still using the forum, asking questions here, engaging in conversation, using it as a tool of learning, looking back, searching for answers. As we said, you can Google questions, with Odyssey, and a lot of times the answers are going to be in this long forum thread. There are different categories of the forum: implementers, developers, researchers, and then just a general topics. All right, new to Odyssey. If you are new, these are different tabs that are kind of located in other places in the top tabs here. I just wanted to highlight a place there. If somebody is new, they may look for this first. But so forum discussion, introducing yourself, link for upcoming work groups calls, which I'm going to show later. But if you're new, this is a good area to go to. All right, moving down to the second line, the Eden Academy. Again, like the Book of Odyssey, if you're new to our community, the Eden Academy is one of the best places to learn about Odyssey and observational health research. The Eden Academy is a free virtual learning tool. There are several different classes that are offered here. There are more that are being developed by the Eden and Odyssey communities. 93% enrollees to the Academy rated their experience as good to excellent via course feedback. We have some features on here, a video on the Eden Academy, actually another one recently from the Odyssey Symposium. So a lot of ways to learn inside of the Eden Academy. So I would recommend searching that. This week in Odyssey includes all the information on our community calls. Okay, these calls are always recorded. We have presentations. We have the community updates that I share over the first 10 minutes of the call. 10 to 15 minutes of the call are always posted here. So links to publications, studies, upcoming updates, the CBER Best Seminar Series links. Everything is always going to be on this page. So this is a great place to go to. There's also a page for the APAC community calls. Those happen every 2 weeks. And then upcoming work group calls. This page is located in a couple of different places. But when I mention the schedule of calls each week, they're always listed. They're in a couple of different spots on the Odyssey website. But every call that's coming up over the next week is here, as well as a meeting link, which will take you directly to the meeting in Teams. And then all the next meeting for each work group is also included here. So if you wanted to know, all right, clinical trials is not meeting this week, when are they meeting? Well, their next meeting is October 1st at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time. So every work group we have is listed on this page. And you can find it under upcoming work group calls, and you can find it under Join Odyssey and MS Teams, pick a work group. Okay, so actually not there. Under This Week in Odyssey and New to Odyssey, upcoming work group calls. Sorry about that. Okay, this one is brand new. This is the 2021 Global Symposium. This link before, when you hit it, would take you to all the information about registering, what's going to happen. Now we go to it. We crossed our fingers that this worked. It did. All of the information from the main 2 days of the symposium, we're working on the tutorials and the workshop. But from the symposium, everything from those 2 main days is now here. Here's a list of kind of all the talks that were part of the plenaries. We move down, day 1. Okay, here's a video that has all of the presentations from the plenary. If you are looking for a specific presentation, they're all time-stamped here. The video is here. Reaction panel. This was a terrific panel that we had right afterwards. The panelists, and of course, Danny, who moderated the panel. You can watch that video here. Day 2, our journey to reliable evidence. This was a little different because there was the recordings, and Patrick would stop and talk and ask poll questions. So we have the first 4 main talks are in this first plenary presentation. So Yasser, Anna, Mitch, and Christian talks are available here. Again, time-stamped so you can find them easily. The reaction panel afterwards, again, another terrific panel moderated by Kristen, is posted here. And then below, the last 2 talks were David's talk on the Odyssey Reproducibility Service at the Rue Center. And then, of course, that terrific closing ceremony talk by Patrick and Jamie. So basically, all videos from the first 2 days, from the 2 main symposium days, are now available. And I'm going to stick on this page here on the Global Symposium page, and then also in this first link, because I find sometimes if there's drop downs, people don't actually hit the tab to go to the drop down first. So this and this are the exact same thing. If we follow down below, we get to our Collaborator Showcase area. Every poster, software demo, and lightning talk from the Collaborator Showcase you can find by clicking this button. It will take you here. Every poster with every title, every author is available. Click on it. You will get the abstracts, the poster PDF, or whatever people submitted, and the poster that you can read. So please, if you have a poster, just double check, make sure that everything is right, title, link, but everything should be here. And again, we're going to start highlighting these every day We'll probably start next week, every day on the social showcase. So that's on Twitter and LinkedIn. So please follow us. I will let you know basically the week of that your presentation will be shared. So again, that is all the talks. And then the lightning talks are also posted, all 16. If you go to follow that down, lightning talks, we have the 4 talks from the Observational Data Standards in Management, title and presenters. You just click right on. You're not going to be able to hear it because I didn't share audio, but so the 4 of those, 4 methodological research lightning talks, 4 clinical application lightning talks, and our 4 community lightning talks. So everything from the 2 main symposium days are now available on odyssey.org. Where are they again? Again, 2021 Global Symposium. If you click this tab, you go here to the main page. You click this, same thing. You're going to go, oops, that. And then all the Collaborator Showcase presentations here. All right, events and collaborations. These are all the past events. I'm not going to go through that, but you can tour. And there's a lot of great resources from the past that we've used. 2020 Symposium, the 2020 APAC, everything before that. So use it. There's still great resources there. Joining Odyssey in teams and picking a work group. Most everybody who's here probably had to join teams already to be part of the symposium. If you haven't, or if somebody wants to join, this is the link for joining. The more important one is this: pick working groups, studies to join. Okay, I get asked this weekly. How do I get part of a work group in Teams? Okay, it's right here. Pick working groups. You're going to click on this. You're going to enter a little bit of information, and then you're going to check every working group and study you want to join. Elise gets you into the proper group, really quickly. She's really great at this. You'll get to where you want to be, and that lets you join meetings, work group, join the chat, share files, everything like that. So again, when we talk about work groups next week, this is how you get to be part of them. Again, join Odyssey and MS Teams, pick a work group, pick working groups. All right, I do have people who volunteered to talk. I want to give them their time, so I'm going to go real quick. Our journey, this is the book. Maybe I'll talk about this a little bit more next week, but the full PDF of it is available here. Just go through it. Really has every aspect of our community. Hopefully people who ordered it have gotten it by now. I know there was a delay. We'll talk more about this maybe next week. I do want to give it a little bit more time. And then follow Odyssey. We have our monthly newsletter, Odyssey on Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube, just a lot more ways to get information. I know I gave a lot. Hopefully you followed along, saw what you wanted to see. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. I am happy to discuss more or highlight where something is or where something is going. But as you see, the website is really has a lot of great information, a lot of information for you to learn and see everything that's going on in the community and learn about Odyssey if you're new.